Om Shanti and greetings of peace to everyone. The subject of God is always a very intriguing subject. Some say that He is everywhere. Some say that He is nowhere. Some say that He is in my heart. And some say, well, I think of Him once a week. For me, when I started my spiritual journey, it was actually on the heels of my mother beginning meditation. And I was really piggybacking on her experiences, and I was going to the center primarily because of my attachment with her. Because I came across the Brahma Kumaris when I was about 7-8 years old, and I would just tag along with my mother to the center. But it was not until the age of 14 that I would say that I really had a very moving experience. So it was the 18th of January 1983, and we went to spend some of the day at the center, the main London center, where Dadi Janki was, Sudesh Devi, Sister Jayanti. And as usual, we had the morning meditation, the class, and extra yoga. And I noticed that throughout those meditations, I just seemed to have a lot of tears. I don't know what it was. I couldn't actually figure it out at that point. But I always attribute that day as the day of my personal awakening. And then after that, I just felt like I want to understand this more. I just felt like what is being taught here is something amazing. I just felt the vibration was something out of this world. So imagine I'm a 14-year-old and I have friends at school and I'm discussing these subjects with them and I'm asking them to be soul conscious because this is what I'm being asked to do every morning. And you know, they're finding me weird now. My best friend says to me, Aruna, forget all this. And I said, well, I can't. I'm studying these things every morning and it's so fascinating. Now, another thing to add to this experience is that every day I would come home for lunch. So 12 to 1 was our lunchtime at school. And sometimes my friend would join me. My mom would always cook something hot for me. And as she's sitting there while I'm eating, Mom would talk about the points that she had heard in the morning. And so again, around that window, that time frame, Mom said to me, Anu is my nickname, she said, Anu, look, everything that you see around you will one day be destroyed. And the one thing that will never be destroyed is the soul. And I was just so, as I said, intrigued, fascinated. I was spellbound that my mother was learning such deep things at the center. And so I remember that whole week telling my friend, why don't we try and find something that is perishable? Something that will be, that will last forever. Because Mom had said everything that's being created will one day be destroyed. And she asked me to look at everything around the room. The chair, the lights, the windows, the curtains, the table, everything. And she was so right. And this just really touched me that I, the soul, am eternal. And I will never die. And also remember that during those times in the 80s, we were going through the Cold War between America and Russia. And here's a young person, again, trying to understand what is this Cold War. War was imminent at any moment. And so we were just having to keep up with the news. But I couldn't understand any of it, so I was scared. And then when I had this revelation of knowledge that I will never die, I just felt so relieved that I will never die. And so after that, I just felt, Mom, I want to understand. I want to learn the things that you are learning. And again, Mom very softly, gently, kindly said that these are the teachings of God. And so I started going to the meditation center in the morning. And actually I went on my own. Somebody would pick me up and I went because Mom and Dad was working. And Mom and Dad only went 3 times a week. But I started to go every day and I just loved it. And I realized that God, or as we say, Shiv Baba, He is the only one who can heal our hearts. He's the only one who can take away any fear, any worry, any concern. There's no human being who can take away the sorrow in the soul, right? We always say there's the pain of the body, but who will take away the sorrow of the soul? And it's only God. Now, how does God do that? Because again, this is another question that often arises, that, well, God should take away everybody's sorrow. But it's not like that. God will help you. God gives us the knowledge. We have to turn that knowledge into our own wisdom. And then that power is what takes away our sorrow of the soul. Because if God took away the sorrow of one soul, He has to take away the sorrow of every soul. And God is very just, God is very just. He has to be fair with each and every one of us. So it's not like He'll do somebody a special favor. But yes, I believe that if we do make a certain amount of effort, or in Hindi as we say, purusharat, then yes, we feel like we are getting some bonus, some extra power, extra love, extra confidence in the soul. So that is there. I believe that God does reward us in that sense. Now, for a new person entering this path, well, I would say just give it a try. This is really my advice to new people, that for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, just give this way of life a try. Really try to, build that connection with God and try and make it a personal one. Try to bring God into your life at every moment. And yes, if after that it doesn't work, you can tell yourself, well, I tried it and it doesn't work. But I can guarantee you that it will work. Because again, when I have given the meditation course, I ask people to just reach out to God and say, God, if you are there, let me know. Send me a signal. And honestly, 99% of the time, they get that signal. So this is my advice to you. Connect with that Supreme Light. I, the soul, connecting with the Supreme Light, taking the power, and that power is what enables me to change. And once I'm just open to that experience of listening and being and just being still, then all the answers come. And so now I'd just like to do a couple of minutes of meditation to end with, where we can connect with the Supreme Light, where you can feel that sense of connection and take power from God. So just sit comfortably. Try not to hold on to anything. And just take a deep breath. And as you breathe in, you just breathe in peace. And as you breathe out all the stress and tension. And firstly, I'd like us to just become totally aware that we are a soul. I am a soul, you are a soul, and it's the soul that is sitting in the body that's making the body function. I, the soul, am the master of this body. Just try and feel that for a few moments. And then I, the master, connecting with the Supreme Soul. Just in thought, just as I remember God, just as I remember myself with the qualities of God, then I start to be colored by those qualities, by those virtues. So right now I just want to feel God as the ocean of love. And just feel how God loves you so dearly. Just allow God's pure love, unconditional love, to take away all the hurt of all the other loves. And feel God to be the ocean of peace, just filling my soul with so much peace. So much peace that I'm just so content. God is there to make me carefree. God is there to make me light and easy. And that's how I have peace of mind. So when you're ready, let's come back from that space, having had a taste of God's love, having had a taste of God's light, and I come back to this moment feeling energized. Om Shanti.